Hey guys, happy Tuesday, I believe. I'm just gonna get right into it, right? I had a birthday a couple months ago in April. So I'm just doing the cliche thing. I was inspired, which I'll talk about what inspired me at the end to make this video, but yeah, for brevity's sake, I'm just gonna get right into it. Here are 39 truths that I've gathered throughout my 39 years on this earth. Number 1, you're mad at the wrong people. Number 2, what other people do should not affect you. It doesn't and it shouldn't. Unless, right, they're physically harming you. But what other people do, like on the online, in other states, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you. I just feel like too many people are living their life, and it's just inundated by influences that are they're not even real. Like, they're not even real. Number 3, you blame yourself too much. Number 4, you blame yourself too little. Number 5, this is what inspired me, but again, I'll talk about it at the end. Love your country, hate your government. And I don't care what your nationality is, unless it's Israel. Love your country, hate your government. In that case, hate your government. In the case of Israel, hate your country, hate your government. Number 6, you're not depressed. You're just in the wrong place. You're either surrounded by assholes, or you're in a place where there isn't enough sunlight for you, and you need to go find a sunnier place to live. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, number 7, some adventure is integral to sustained happiness throughout your life. No matter what season you're in, you always need to have a little bit of adventure. Sometimes a lot more, but like always, wherever you're at, you need to always have a little bit of adventure. If not just kind of like an adventurous sort of like mindset in terms of, seizing the day and all that bullshit. Number 8, you can never really lose if you learn from your losses. You can never really lose if you learn from your losses. Excuse me. Number 9, most people are good, but none of them should be underestimated. Number 10, friendships are like plants. If you want them to grow strong, like if you want them in general, and you want them to grow strong and thrive and, last a long time, they require attention, energy, and patience. 11, you let people abuse you too much. Number 12, don't measure yourself by how normal you are or whatever you're doing is, only by how happy and healthy you literally physically are. Coffee is a great example. Okay, drinking lots of coffee is very normal, but it is not making you happy or healthy. This applies mostly to women, quite honestly. Drinking too. Those two things are just, I think men can tolerate those two substances very, very well. But women, I really don't think they're doing us much favor at all. 13, you need to sweat at least once a week. At least once a week. 14, you shouldn't get a tattoo until you're 23. I only have one that if I could go back in time, I wouldn't get it, but there's none I really regret. But I'm just saying, like, it's not until 23 at the earliest that I think, like, you really sort of get your aesthetic down. And that's more of what I'm talking about. It's not even about the content, it's about the aesthetic. Okay, like, until you're 23, I feel like most people are just kind of in like a flight or fright response. And or even fawn, really. I feel like that's what I was in when I got the one tattoo in that I'm talking about. But just in general, like, I don't know, 23 I feel like is a very good age to begin your tattoo journey, should you want to embark on one. 15, nothing is worth standing in line for unless you have tickets. So I'm talking about like concerts, plays, shit like that. But there is not a single product on this earth that is worth standing in line for. And in fact, lines are embarrassing. Lines are, as the kids say, they are a humiliation ritual in and of themselves. Number 16, until you own a home, you should be able to live out of a backpack. Like, unless, it's as simple as that. Unless you are in a place where this is your forever home, I feel like it's best to just live so fucking minimalistically out of a backpack. It'll save you money. It'll save you heartache when you move, headache when you move. Like, just to accumulate stuff before you get into a home is just so it's not that it's stupid, but it's just it is, but it's not so much that, it's just like it is just not wise. It is just not wise to buy a bunch of stuff when you're literally I'm sorry, in today's day and age, like, prone to homelessness, prone to unforeseen rent hikes, and like landlord, decisions of like, oh, we're selling the property, we're demolishing the property and building another thing. It's just, I don't know. If I could go back, I would definitely live as a minimalist until basically now when I'm in a home. Number 17, you should never sleep with someone you're not 1,000% willing to have a child with, and they are 1,000% willing to have a child with you. Okay, it has to be two ways, not just oh, I'm willing to have that bad boy's baby. I'm willing to have that bad boy's baby. No, is he 1,000% willing to be your bad boy daddy, baby daddy, bad boy, baby daddy? No, okay, then you don't sleep with him. Okay. 18, selfish men should be avoided at all costs. Okay? If you're a woman and you realize, like, early on when you're dating or whenever, that you're with a selfish man, leave. 19, having $2,000 in your savings account always should be basically mandatory. Like, I feel like we need to get to a point in society where if not having $2,000 in an account somewhere at all times is just like, it's akin to going outside without wearing like pants or something. Like, it just, we cannot go through life like being so unprepared for whatever may come up. Number 20, if you go outside, you need to have a weapon on you, especially if you're alone. But I feel like we're just at a point in history, and we've been at this point many a time. But something happened, like in the 50s or so. We just kind of got soft. But no, if you go outside, especially if you're alone, especially if you're a female, if you go outside, You need to have a fucking weapon on you. And I'm not just talking about, you know, to protect yourself from like other people. There are just random things that can happen, like depending where you're at with animals, you know, and I'm not even just talking about bears. Like dogs are crazy. Like the world is kind of getting a little more shaky, and you just don't want to end up being that person that was eaten alive by like 9 pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? 21. Women should never drink alone. Women should never drink alone. You know, I'll go as far as to say women should never drink with men unless they are with with their like partner. Okay, but women in general should never, a singular lady should never walk into a bar by herself. Absolutely, that should be illegal. 22. Employers need capable people much more than capable people need employers. Number 23. The simpler it is, the better it is for you. Okay? And you need to apply that to everything in your life. Okay? I know a lot of ladies, right? We like skincare. You need your skincare products need to be simple. They need to be simple. Because your routine needs to be simple, so it's just easier on you and your finances. Okay, I definitely, for the longest time until a few years ago, I was very much on my skincare, and I've just gotten to a point where I've simplified my routine, and a lot of that has been done just by making my own products, which includes my lotion. And like my my lipstick. I don't buy lipstick. I make my own lipstick by literally just melting down any old lipsticks I have, adding beeswax, adding coconut oil, and just that's it. Like I'm not financially, and just for my own health and sanity, like I'm not gonna keep buying lipstick after lipstick, whatever after whatever, a tube after tube of stuff. It's just it's such a retarded way to fucking live. So that was 23. Number 24. Doing the thing is so much easier than procrastinating. Whatever it is that you have to do, just fucking do it. Because if you wait too long, just in the waiting, you'll drive yourself crazy. Even if you think you're like kind of not going crazy, you're inside, you'll be going crazy, because like a part of your like rational lizard brain is like, hey, we have to go do that thing. But then, you know, then there are repercussions to if you don't do a thing in time that like just make the whole process so much fucking worse. Okay, like I don't know, filing your taxes, right? Just file your taxes. Oh, you don't want to do it? Okay, well now you're late because it's after April 15th. Now you have a fucking bill due. And now you got their eyes on your ass. And there's more forms to... It's just like, you should have just fucking done it on the 14th. Or even on the 15th, you know? Like, unless you got crazy complicated taxes, like, it's done within an hour. Like, anyway. 25. No car is as cool as a paid off one. No car is gonna feel as cool to drive as a fucking paid off one. Number 26. Most people cannot be helped. Most people cannot be helped. Number 27. If you do not express yourself in you know, whatever way comes naturally to you, whether it's like by cooking, making music, making art, writing, whatever, if you do not express yourself, your creativity, you will get angry and depressed. You will. And there's no way to medicate your way out of that. 28. Drugs and alcohol only help you sustain your present reality and I guess numb your past, numb your acceptance of your past. But they don't do shit for your progression and much less your future. Okay? They help you sustain the past and whatever shitty present you got going on, but they don't do shit for helping you get out of that. Okay? That said, number 29, mushrooms are a must. I do feel like 9 out of 10 people would do well with like a 3 grams at the very minimum. Like you need to, I feel like 9 out of 10 people need to put away a weekend, if not a week, to take between 3 and 5 grams and just have that experience. Okay. Number 30. The day you give up, the day you stop trying, is the day you become bitter and the day you die. Like, it might not happen in the same day because there's a lot of people who are alive and like bitter, like just like, you know, angry people, like just spiteful people. But like just their soul has died is what I mean. 31. All products made by the Jays should be avoided, okay? The Jays own pharmaceuticals, example, the Sackler family. They own a large part of the adult industry, OnlyFans, owned by a Jay. Gambling is owned by the Jays. Look at Miriam Adelson, where she gets her money from. Porn, alcohol, they own a lot of alcohol. Like, products made by the Jays should be avoided, okay? Gambling, porn, just what I said, okay? I don't know if I missed any, but if those things should be avoided, okay? Because the Jays have no problem preying on our vices, on our, like, you know, propensity to kind of be degenerates, and like and gamble. Really, it's all that stuff is kind of a form of gambling in a weird way. So I would just avoid anything that the Jays have, any industry that the Jays dominate. Banking, okay, I would avoid it as much as fucking humanly possible. So that means don't take loans out, don't take credit cards unless you got like a solid fucking plan. You know, don't be falling into the student loan trap. Like that's all J planned, J owned, and no. The only thing J that you can like indulge in, if you want to use that word, is kosher foods. Go ahead, kosher foods are fine, whatever. Number 32, flossing and brushing your teeth is the only true religion. Like, it's the only thing any of us should be doing twice a fucking day, or 3, if you know, if you want to do it after every time you eat or drink something. Number 33, related, hydroxyapatite. That's how it's spelled, but I think it said hydroxyapatite. It's all one word. You need to buy that shit and you need to sprinkle it on or use it by itself, with like, there's a couple other things. There's a Google or whatever search engine you use, hydroxyapatite, Maui, and there's a company, I think they're on the island of Maui, and they sell this stuff, and on their website that they have a recipe for homemade toothpaste. And I've been using this toothpaste for like 2 years now, maybe longer, and I go to the dentist quite regularly, and literally since I used it, my teeth have all like grown back. Like my gums have come down, and it's literally incredible stuff. It will save you thousands of dollars. Um, Again, if you take your flossing and brushing seriously as you need to, because oral care is just, it affects every part of you, from your like brain health, heart health, to just your confidence, to your wallet. Okay, crowns are expensive, implants are expensive, fillings are expensive, and also that shit is very, very painful. Okay, that shit is very, very painful. Like, if you can avoid it, please do so. So again, floss and brush your teeth and use hydroxyapatite while you're at it. Number 34, you should like, if you really care about like recycling and like lessening your footprint on this earth and stuff like that, and just in general, like having more beautiful communities and like happier, healthier neighborhoods, neighbors, people around you, it would be better to buy from individuals than from a corporation. So like, don't go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy plants from them. No, please don't fucking do that. Go to a nursery. Don't go to Kroger or Safeway or whatever store you got and buy a cake or, a 12 pack of cupcakes for your kid's party. Go to a local bakery, or even just there's a lady somewhere close to you who would love to bake it out of her house and, you know, make you a beautiful cake. The point I'm trying to make is, like, if the more people, if we give people money instead of corporations, the money, everybody is happier down here. Everyone is happier down here. When you give the money to corporations, shit gets passed down here. Okay, like, think about it. Fred Meyer's or any like big box store, Target, whatever, Walmart even, like they have taken everyone's job. They have taken the hardware people's job. They have taken the dog food people's job. They have taken the clothes maker's job, the shoemaker's job. They have taken the soap maker's job, the lotion people's job. Like, there's so many jobs that are taken away by not just Walmart, but like the companies that they work with and that they source products from. That it's just, it reduces everyone's like the community's ability to for people to have jobs. Okay, jobs. I just feel like when people love what they do, like, I make soap. I say it all on every video. I make soap. I love making soap. Okay, I make liquid soap, and I make bar soap, and I also make lotion, and I love it. And if I could, sell my products and have like money coming in regularly, because those things are needed regularly, it'd be much better than whatever the fuck is going on now. Because not only are my products superior, they're better for the environment, right? The things I make and like other people make who are, artisans, they have literally like a fifth to a tenth of the ingredients that the big box stores carry. Okay, so I'm just saying, like, if you really want to make the world a better place, you need to localize your purchases, and buy people to people, and avoid corporations as much as fucking possible. Okay, that is the key right there to having a better, happier human, community and all that stuff. Number 35, the internet is not a real place. The internet is not a real place. It doesn't matter what happens on the internet. It is not real life. Okay? It's really fucking not. I know it can bleed out into that. Like, we were talking about Sean Baker, right? He kind of jump-started the carnivore movement, like, in present day. And he lives near us. I think he's like in the next town over. And my boyfriend and I were talking about it yesterday, and it's like, yeah, he probably can't go to like Hagen and get, you know, meat from, you know, by himself because he went on Joe Rogan. So yeah, in a way, yeah, for him, the internet is a real life thing because it now affects his ability to go outside and buy the one thing he eats. But for the rest of us, like really, and even for him, really, you know, it doesn't matter what people say about him. It doesn't matter what people say about you. Like the internet is really not a real place. And the farther you can remove yourself from, you know, thinking that it's a real place that has, you know, any real, you know, ramifications on how and why you're here on this planet, like the better you'll be off. Number 36, true love is real. Ah! True love is real. Number 37, only those with a pure heart will find true love, will experience true love. Number 38, you cannot be sexy without first being confident. Number 39, money buys comfort, but not happiness. And certainly not love, okay? Money only buys you comfort and, like, you know, security, like physical security, but it doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't buy you love. And those two things are really kind of like more important than like physical comforts. Physical comforts are, you know, great, but like I don't the importance that people place on physical comforts, I feel like is a little bit skewed. I think people should think about who they are, you know, how pure their heart is. If people made that more of a priority, then I think a lot more people would be less lonely, less prone to being in toxic relationships, because they would just attract better people and know when to walk away. And I think that's it. I think that was 39. Yeah, that's, I don't know. That's how long I've been alive. I don't feel old. I know a lot of people in their early 20s or teens, whatever, they're going to be like, oh, the bitch is an unk. Bitch is an auntie. I'll take unk, okay? But no, I don't know. I feel fucking great. I feel like I look good. Bonus tip, okay? I haven't had any sort of like procedures done or anything like that, and like my skin is only due to what I figured out about skincare, like literally like 10 years ago. The key to having good skin is exfoliation, moisturizing, and consistency, okay? You have to exfoliate and moisturize and be consistent. That's it. It doesn't really matter what you use. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Like for me, I exfoliate with like, just like a toner, like some kind of chemical exfoliation toner. I think it's called like AHA or glycolic acid or something like that. I get it from The Ordinary. Yeah, glycolic acid from The Ordinary. You get a big thing for like $10. It lasts you like literally 6 months. And then I make my own lotion, and it's made from flaxseed oil, beeswax, coconut oil, and that's it. That's it. And that's it. And that's it. And that's it. So you don't have to do this 8-step routine or whatever the fuck. I do also use the toner. I don't use the exfoliating toner every single day. I just have a regular toner. I literally got it from grocery outlet. It's not even anything special, but I do believe in toner. Not witch hazel, nothing with alcohol in it. But I just wash my face, toner, you know, a glycolic every 2 or 3 days, but a toner always, and then I put my lotion on, and that's it. That's it. You know, stay out of the sun, wear a hat. And you know, all that said, I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring out. These are 39 things that I'm sure a lot of like people in their 40s would kind of laugh at, you know, and be like, no, or whatever, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a good representation of somebody, just in general, regardless of my age. And yeah, oh yeah, I meant to tell you guys, like, the reason I made that list is because, you know, with the World Cup and everything, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that people from, you know, different parts of the world are coming here to America and Mexico, and just seeing how we live out here and, you know, down there. And there's a lot of, you know, Americans who are suddenly like, they're suddenly realizing like, oh, wow, this place isn't as bad as, you know, we're always told that we are, and that we kind of spend too much time focusing on. Yeah, sure, you know, we have a lot of work to do, and a lot of people to boot out of office, and a lot of things to revamp, and you know, and I'm talking locally. I'm not even talking about who's president. I'm talking about locally. But yeah, this is a great place. There's still a lot of fucking opportunity here, and I do feel like a lot of the my, you know, 39 things that I've learned, I feel like, you know, if you're like in your 20s and you know, really take to heart at least 10 of those things, like, it'll help you put yourself in a place so that by the time you are my age, you're better off, than, you know, had you just kept going the way that you were going. You know, I lived my life in a way where I didn't get much guidance, at all. I didn't have a mom, and I didn't have a dad, and I just had to figure everything out myself. And I just praise God, for the people that, were put in my life, you know, on my path, who helped me, you know, figure life out and stuff like that. I'm very happy for where I'm at now. But yeah, specifically, you know, the comment on these videos of, you know, these people partying, with Americans and Mexicans is, you know, specifically to this country, is, like, the top comment will always be, remember, America, you should love your country, but it's okay to hate your government, but you should love your country. And I just feel like that's such a beautiful sentiment, because, you know, the number one thing that I put on this list was that you're mad at the wrong people. I think a lot of us are like mad at our parents, and we blame them for everything. And you know, I'm not gonna say that a lot of parents don't deserve a lot of blame. But when you realize that, you know, our parents, they're just people. They're just people. And like, I don't know, for me, it's like, it was very helpful to realize that, like, my mom, when she had me, her first child, she was only 17, like freshly 17. I think she had been 17 for like 2 months. So, you know, it's just, it's not to say that, you know, there aren't other things that other decisions that she made as an adult that affected, you know, my development and my trajectory quite directly. But, you know, it's just realizing, like, yeah, she was 17 when she had me. And, you know, a lot of people like to say that you get stuck at the age of your biggest trauma. And I would say that for her, having me at 17 was probably a big ass trauma. So, you know, in short, like, my mother is a 17-year-old. She will always be a 17-year-old. And like, to be mad at a 17-year-old is, you can totally be mad at one, right? Like that Sharilla bitch. She was 2 days short of being 18, but still, it's like 17, 18, not much of a difference really there. especially in this country. Like a 17, 18-year-old nowadays in 2026 is nothing to what a 17, 18-year-old was in 1986, right? Um, and they weren't the same as a 17, 18-year-old in 1946. Like there's levels on levels that are affecting how all of us develop. And what I mean by, by saying you're mad at the wrong people, it's again, it's not to absolve your parents, because 9 times out of 10 that's who we're mad at, but it's like I should be mad at more so the people that facilitated her trajectory, right? Which in her case is going to be, I think, like the Catholic Roman Church, right? Like, I don't know. But all that said, it's like, choose your battles. That's not something I said, but you definitely got to choose your battles. I think that's what a lot of life comes down to. And I'm not going to choose to be mad at my mom for a day longer. I am wary of the church. I'm wary of anybody who's affiliated with any sort of church. That should have been one of my 39 tenets. Like, be wary of anybody who highly stands by any sort of church or whatever, like belief system, because they're telling you that they are not so much a person as they are kind of like a weird sort of like warrior for a thought process, or whatever you want to think of of religion as, which is just so silly, because they in no way, shape, or form do they know who started that religion. And quite honestly, like, if they did, they wouldn't fuck with that religion. Or at the very least, like with Christianity, like if people knew Jesus Christ, Jesus would be like, bitch, you're doing it wrong. Like, you're doing it wrong. You're being judgmental. You're being rude. You're not being loving. And you're giving me a bad name. Like, I do feel like most Christians give Christianity a bad they give it a bad look. And I feel like if Jesus Christ was to come down, he would be flipping a lot of people's dinner table, seeing at how his followers are, living their life. So with that, anyway, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, that was 39 years of, I don't know, just something that I literally wrote in the dark. Okay, that's why it was so fucking hard for me to read. I literally wrote that in the dark as I was falling asleep last night. But it comes from a good place, because again, it is very nice to see that the world is seeing America in a way that is just, we gotta admit, it's a lot more truthful to what it is. Like, America is not a shithole. America is not a violent place. America is not, I don't know, it's not as bad as we think. Okay, if you really want to see a shithole, go to India. If you really want to see a shithole, go work in somewhere in Cambodia. Like, yeah, sure, a bowl of rice might be 30 cents, but you're making for like 10 hours of work there, you're making like literally $3. So I don't know. I just feel like if you're in America, you need to be a lot more grateful. And I hope, and I know a lot more people are, because again, we're getting some honest feedback, and it's wonderful. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.